that you have in your ear, with the guy that is here that has no fear, that's posted to give you the shit that you need, that dose of the dose of a dose of doses that comes in your ear. It's your guy, it's the one, the host with the most. It's me, it is I, it is he. It is the one that can be named him. But who is that guy? The one with the tri-colored hair. You know what I'm saying? Got that tri-colored hair from birth. It's never been changed and it's never been dyed, but it is what it is. Because I'm so fly. Who is that guy? Beefy McFly. This is my cold open. Welcome everybody to the Boost or Take Show. Yeah, yeah, we here, we there, we everywhere, giving you this roller coaster ride that comes in your ear. And it have, you know what I'm saying? Do you get it there, my friend? On point faire, move forward. You know what I'm saying? Now speak that shit if you understand. Yeah, yada. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, that's right, people. Like, you know what I'm saying? As Jay Z once said, yeah, you gotta dust them shoulders off. Yeah, dust them shoulders off real quick. You know what I mean? You gotta dust them shoulders off. I mean, we got something happening real fast. We got a little break real quick. Hold on, people. You know what I'm saying? We got some things going on. Just still gonna let you know. We just not gonna stop. It's a lot of things happening and a lot of things that's gonna be changing around this campus. But we trying to put some stuff together that is being put together like nobody business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna be getting together with some things, getting some new people around, getting some new voices, new faces. Some of the old voices and the old faces, the people that made the Booster Take Show, what the Booster Take Show is all about. But what we about to be doing today, what we, like I said, it's gonna be old faces, some new faces and voices and things that you never heard before. But hey, man, it's all about spreading love, keeping it going, and making everything click, crack, king, hits a high flying ball. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Traveling, seeing the world, taking flights and pictures of the sky from the thing with snow on top of mountains, how it all looks mighty and majestic. You know, it just be some things that you never thought you can see. Enjoying life. Enjoy life. Everything can't be such a trial, such a tribulation. Everything doesn't have to be a conspiracy. Everything doesn't have to be about pain. Everything doesn't always have to be about suffering. Everything ain't got to be about a party, too. Everything ain't gotta be about getting high. Everything ain't gotta be about just have a moderation, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Some nigga over here add some of this. It's like a gumbo when it all comes together, baby. It's beautiful. You dig it? You know what I mean? But you know what it all happens with. You gotta do. You gotta put in a little bit of work, man. Can't be scared to get your hands dirty, to dig on in. Grip it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take life, grab that shit by the balls, and make sure you got your life, bro. So, with that being said, I'm gonna talk a little bit of this, a little bit of that today. Today's episode, we're gonna have a new segment, a new special, a special segment that's going to be called 10 Minutes with Hash Browns. Hopefully, I got a new guest coming in here to see if my guy is there. Hello, Doug.
Great,
Hey, my guy is in there. How's it going today, my friend? How you doing, man? How's it going?
man, cooling,
Uh,
chilling. Just got off work. This, Tapping in with you, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Welcome. Say what?
Oh, I said for sure. Shit, I didn't know I was gonna be on here. I just clicked on the thing. Wasn't I ain't up to par. I'm laying in the bed right now.
Hey, nobody knows that. You know what I'm saying? You just dwelling in the dark right now. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? I was just getting my code open, introducing everybody to when they do check this out because we recorded at wee hours. You know what I'm saying? The hours only. People with jobs, hookers, prostitutes, drug dealers, cats, dogs, and animals are outside right now. You know what I'm saying? If you are outside this type of at this time, you either a hooker, a pimp, a drug dealer, a drug user, some
Yeah,
somebody
around this time in the middle of the night, huh?
somebody with the the authorities, you know what I'm saying, police, sheriff, and things like that, fire departments and ambulances, cats, dogs, animals, frogs, and toads.
You stupid.
So if you outside right now, you know what you doing. You have one of those 6 to 10 options I just said. You know what I mean? And the world, y'all can't see him, but that's the guy dubbed down. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he's just dropped in and what's up. As I was telling the people, man. I'm saying, we gotta today's episode is going to be about how I don't know if you can see it across your screen. Ice Cube, Ice Cube is being canceled because he came with a plan for African Americans, but from what was said that his plan was excluding black women, and I was confused. Like, didn't he say African Americans? African American, I thought that considered women too, but I guess black women is its own thing. So African American doesn't mean women. It just means black men, from what Vivica Fox and her contingent was saying. Kind of crazy thought. So also it's going to talk about Errol Spence getting beat down looking like Martin. You know, uh, oh man, he got a beating put on him. It was going to give 10 minutes with Chef Hash Browns. You will see who Chef Hash Browns is once he comes back on screen. Uh, Also, a 15-year-old was killed in Hayward, and my question is: are the parents to blame because of the 15-year-old being killed? So these are the topics on the Booster Take Show. While you're dwelling in the dark, my guy Dub Dow. You know what I'm saying? That's Chef Brown has just entered the screen. Hey, Chef Brown, welcome, 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 welcome to the Booster.
Look, alhamdulillah.
that that is the Israelites right there, my brother.
I
Yeah,
see. I
yeah,
see.
brother Israel. This brother Israel. You know what I'm saying?
That's for real.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so
Put
uh
this wetsuit, my friend.
You stupid, right?
yes, 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 yes. It's
You
good.
guys don't like Puma? How's my guys doing?
Crazy, bro. Y'all think it's crazy.
My friend, I
Well,
enjoy seeing you guys.
Jill,
All right, man, let's stop.
I got
I'm in trouble.
this. This is New America, huh?
Yeah.
You can't make fun of nothing in New America. You know what I'm saying? It's cold. So, what you guys want to start with? The boost or the take? How you want to go with the boost or the take? What y'all want to do?
I'm gonna have to try him out, man. You caught me off guard, and I gotta get up in the morning, go take care of some shit before I go to work in the morning, man. So I'm about to chime out. I gotta get up and take care of some business before I go to work.
All right. Well, before you
Hey,
go,
well, there you have it. That's a boost.
that's
He's
That's a
working.
boost. That's a work boost. It's a
He's
tank,
working.
and
It's a boost.
it's
That's a
I'm
boost.
working, but it's a tank because I gotta get off because I gotta get up early, bruh.
see.
Uh,
Hey, as you saying that, if you read the bottom of the screen, it says "Life choices. Are you happy with yours?" So you'll see. Oh man. So before you go, are you happy with your life choices you have been making lately?
oh, I'm definitely happy with my life choices.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very. I'm in a good place right now. I can say for that.
Ah, let's get. Hey, hope. Yeah, yeah. We here at the Booster Take Show is all about being in a good place, and even if you wasn't in a good place, this is a place for you to get it off your chest. You know what I'm saying?
um,
You know, whenever you got to vent, whenever you got to say good, bad, ugly, indifferent, in between, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We up.
you, hey, you gonna have to let me know the next. You gonna have to give me a heads up in advance to let me know so I could, because I want to be on the show, but I gotta get my rest right now
It's all,
before.
bro. It's all appreciated, man. You just they might think you is Mr. Unknown, but don't trip. It's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy your night. Go get that good dollar to take care of you and yours. Was what you supposed to do as part of being a grown human. You
For
know,
sure.
you know. Don't let the aliens invade you, take over your body, have you doing some non-humanity. You
All
know,
right, y'all, man. Y'all have a good one.
yes, sir.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dub Dow, aka Baby Huey, aka throw two human bodies off me. You know what I'm saying? This is aka
AKA Lincoln Protection.
man, aka I,
AKA First Floor Bodyguard.
yeah, man.
Oh man.
As you could sound in the man's voice, you could tell he's happy with some of the decisions he's been making in life. The boy, you might not been able to see the man, but you could tell just by the hear the gleefulness in the man's voice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't have that going in. You got to keep that joy, man. You got to keep that joy no matter what you're going through. Sometimes you might have to cry to get a smile out because if you let it go and let it out, you'll feel better about yourself. That's what I'm saying. Life choices. Life choices. Are you happy with yours? Since we on this topic, hash browns. I know you wasn't expecting that one, but that's why this is the Booster Cake Show, the roller coaster ride that is in your ear. You know what I'm saying? But now this roller coaster ride all in your face, baby. All in your face like Brother Lynch on the freeway. You know what I'm saying?
Or like the naked chick.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, those are life chronicles. I wonder what driven her to that point.
Mm.
Like to actually strip naked,
What?
hop out on the
880.
Bay Area's most heavy trafficked bridge. Now we got several bridges in the Bay Area, but the Bay Bridge is probably the most heaviest traffic bridge out there. And you naked
With a handgun.
shooting at cars. They said luckily she didn't shoot nobody. Maybe it was because of the wind trajectory. She didn't understand, like, yo, it's breezy out there. And them bullets could just you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Maybe
You
watching Wanted.
I have
And she
A
thought,
lot of questions about how a person gets to that point in life.
and she might be thought she was able to make the bullets curb, like in the movie Haunted. I mean, Wanted. You know, with Angelina Jolie, when they was making the bullets bounce and do all kind of crazy things. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she thought she had tapped into something. She might have opened up her third mind. Her cerebral cortex was at a whole different level that night. You know, or maybe she just had a break, or maybe she was entered by an alien. You know what I mean? We don't know what's going on, man, my friend. We don't know because the secrets have been coming out slowly by little. Slowly by little, a lot of the secrets have been dropping, and and what's being uncovered is quite interesting, you know. So, but she obviously wasn't happy with the life choices that she had made, so she wanted to make the drastic change.
That
She's
is a very drastic change. That is, I mean, even as a family member, think about how they would, you know what I'm saying, feel about knowing that that's one of ours. If what possibly could have driven this woman to that point in her life is beyond me, bro.
but
Beyond me, man.
I think
And there's more than that. That's just like I said. That's just one part of it. That's one part. There's many, many, many more. So, but anyway, what else about Life Chronicles?
oh man, we got
We just had a boost. My man's going to work. We got a tape. Woman out there making bad decisions.
now. I see now. I wish I had some mood music right now. So, because I don't know if it's like that kind of situation, or is a little bit of is that in it, or is this just going to the birds? You know what I'm saying? Now, last night around 9:30 ish, 10 o'clock p.m. and the headquarters of the Booster Take office, where the Booster Take show, where a lot of the stuff get took care of at. There was a situation yesterday. There was a situation yesterday. Now Hash Browns has been over to the office, and he made a joke talking about, "Oh man, you got the office in a nice neighborhood, man. It doesn't seem like it's too much." And I'm like, "Hey, bro, this is a bad neighborhood. It's not that great." And he's like, "Dude, look." I say, "Hey man, you know, everything that glitter ain't gold." So I just want to let Hash Browns know this is some cold shit that just happened over in the area. Some young Hispanic teenager at the age of 15 lost his life last night.
Mm,
Shot basically in front of his house.
mm,
When I
horrible.
when I say basically in front of his house, I say he was downstairs 20 steps away from his house, and he got hit in the head with bullets. Now, that's the take. It's gonna get more, but let's put the boost in there. Let's put the boost in there, and then add irony that makes it a take.
Okay. Um, okay.
So, August 1st, yesterday was August 1st. In the Bay Area, that's called National Night Out. For those who doesn't know what National Night Out is in the low income communities, in low bad neighborhood areas, the police, fire department, and stuff come out and come show their support supposedly for the community. They have jumpers for the kids, They paid the street vendors to come do hot dogs or barbecue or tacos, whatever street vendor they deal with. Hire the little catering, brings this little cart, throw the shit on the grill, whip it up, handle his business, get a lot of money, boot it out, get paid from the government, and then get paid from the people in the building. Good job. I'm all about that paper. So, you know what I'm saying? So after all that, the good time, the music. Hey, 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 what you got to say? Come on, Hollywood. All that shit. The all that, you know what I'm saying? All that.
It's plenty of ethnic music.
All of it's going, you know what I'm saying? Variety of abundance. You know what I'm saying? All nationalities are out there. Children, adults, national night out.
Okay.
Within 5 minutes of the police, ambulances, fire departments, people with food, carts, everything leaves. As all that leads, what is being reported from the booster take office is a wild knuckle fight. A wild knuckle fight broke out between boys, girls, children of all ages, ethnic identities, and genders of all.
Decided to celebrate by punching each other in the face.
By having the first rule of Fight Club is nobody knows a Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is that nobody tells about Fight Club. And the third rule of Fight Club is, this your first night in Fight Club, you fight in Fight Club. Which meant rule number 1 and 2 was never adhered of. Because how is it your first night if you're not talking about Fight Club? So they're having a interracial, multicultural, multi-sex, multi-gender, under the age of 18 battle royale. Anything goes battle royal. Men hit women. Boys hit girls. Girls hit boys.
Oh, that's equity.
So
you just gotta have equity, bro.
I wasn't.
You never know. I don't even want to judge you. I might just, look at it and be thinking
equal opportunity ass whooping was going on.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm just gonna keep punching.
So I wasn't there. This is what's. It's not even on camera. I wish the booster take cameras was in that direction, so we could have had a cold footage of all this. But then again, I don't, because then I would have had to hand that footage over to the authorities, huh? Because it's crime scene.
I don't know about that.
Well, it would have been a crime.
Legally, I don't know. Unless you put it out there and it becomes viral or something like that, then they'll probably be wanting to. But then what I'll be most mindful of is your camera angle tell your location.
But good thing that the camera's just not that area. So, but
because that's what they're gonna check. They're gonna check the cameras. So, and then you have like this Spider-Man angle that nobody else can get. They're gonna put 2 and 2 together, and they're gonna be able to tell.
From the fight that broke out between all sides, sexes, genders, you know what I'm saying, 18 and under, you know what I'm saying, that's the league they're in. You know what I'm saying, the 18 and under league, you know what I mean, high school division, young gang banging, so
whole bunch of varsity degenerates,
varsity in JV.
Varsities and JV, so okay.
Yeah, I told you it was.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean, they got 14-year-olds that are out there that are keeping up with 30-year-olds.
yeah,
So,
it's
you do have those uh um
and these masculine
gangster MVPs that
forgetting about
start out young. These is guys that are they just built for action.
it's these masculine,
Pause.
these masculine women out there too. So after
Oh
the
yeah, that's a new thing.
after
That's a
the
new thing.
after the white knuckle fight was dispersed and the action people supposedly went their way, the young 15-year-old went in the house because supposedly his sister was fighting a girl that gave him some head. You know what I'm saying? She used to be his sister's friend, but once the girl gave the other dude some head, his sister stopped being her friend and started fighting her.
Okay.
So it's a whole bunch of mess. And one day before this happened, the sister was fighting two of her old friends because she found out her friends liked it her brother, and that her friends that liked it her brother is kicking it with the girl that's sucking her brother's dick. So she got mad and went to go fight them girls. And then the daddy was out there telling his daughter to go ahead, get on her. Don't fight, don't stop fighting, keep fighting them bitches, keep fighting them bitches. And it's like so some other parents was like, ain't you a man? Why are you egging on girl stuff and why are you allowing your daughters to be out here fighting? That's not good look. You a grown ass man and you out here with kids, not stopping it, not being a parent and nipping this shit in the bud. You egging it on. So the daughters start talking shit to these other grown women. So one start talking, she daughter start popping off at the mouth. The other girl said, "Hold on, you not about to talk to my mama like this. We gonna see you in a few seconds." These women come outside with machetes. Machete.
Yeah.
Walk up on these people, and the man, he's like saying whatever he's saying, but he's not saying too much now because they got machetes. Then his wife coming, his wife,
I mean, what are you gonna say? Like, what could you say?
because it's like they like, well, your daughter out here running off at the mouth, talking all this big boohoo. We told you was that you need to calm down. So her daughter, the lady with the machete, she took the machete from her daughter, said square up with this other one. Then the girl who was popping off doing big yapping turned into a little poodle, quick. Went from you know what I'm saying, and so as we go fast forward to National Night Out after all this, so I'm giving you backstory a little bit, kind of twisted a little bit in the story. That's the roller coaster ride. So after the fight, the boy goes home. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. His mama tells him, "Don't go outside, little Bito. Don't go outside." Little Bito is Little Bito. She's super gangster. He's a young thug, young Norte in training. You know what I'm saying? He wears his hoodie every day. Even if it's 90 degrees outside, he's still in a black hoodie. Up. Hoodie on, hoodie up. You
You
know,
like Javier Martin.
you know what I'm saying? Little
You know
Bito.
what I'm saying? Little Trayvon, little Spanish Trayvon Martin.
Little all all
Javier Martin.
so, so and then from people that surround the booster take offices was around and they said it was after, you know what I'm saying, it was two young cats standing by the guard by the mailboxes. You know what I'm saying? There was some young cat standing by the mailbox. Little Beto comes outside after his mama tell him, "No, no, stay your ass in the house. Stay in the home. You don't need to go nowhere." But Beto, 15 years old, but 35. You know what I'm saying? So he pays no attention to the person that's paying his bills, feeding him, and taking care of everything because he's 35 years old. What happened? All right. All right. So Um, now I had somebody trying to come in and then they left. All right. So uh, Lil Bito goes outside as he walks down the stairs, opens the door, hit the corner. Pop, 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 pop. He gets hit. He tries to turn around and go back towards the house. Drops dead in between the door and the hallway. After the pop, little Bito's mother's come running down the stairs and she see him laid in the hallway, not moving no more. And from what the reports that have been told to the Booster Tech Show was a blood curdling screech. And she comes down there, the father and the sister come downstairs and they see the brother and the son dead. And the father says, I told him don't go nowhere. I told him he should have went outside. And then the sister goes, comes out, stands in the middle of the courtyard and yells at the girl that was sucking her brother's dick. Bitch, I'm gonna kill you. You have my brother killed. I'm gonna kill you, bitch. I'm gonna kill you. So they're trying to, so you know, so but Little Bito was out there doing a lot of stuff. Had himself in a lot of unnecessary activity. And the parents, they was kind of lackadaisical as I could see on the parent. And I, so, I mean, that's a.
I mean, you want me to respond to that, or you just want me to listen to it? I mean, everything that you said was just 100% negative. I'm just gonna start with that. Like, there was no moment in time where somebody just caught a Jesus moment and was like, yo, let's slow this down before it escalates. And you hear a blood curdling scream. I mean, and that's not even knowing the people, just listening to the story. It's like, yo, everything you're saying was just negative. It was just negative. In no way, shape, or form did they try to de-escalate anything, talk anybody down, speak Spanish or anything. You could have K-Paso'd your way up out of that. And you didn't.
And they
That's what I hear from the store. My bad, go ahead.
and no. Also, as I'm hearing, is that the blood is still on the floor. And this morning, today, before anything, as I'm around the Booster Take Show office and stuff, normally when I'm around there, I hear a bunch of children, 18 and under, loud, woolly, out there living. Not a soul. Near bad kid outside. Not a child. Not a not a child. It looked like it was school time.
Well, then I guess that makes what I said more important, because it's like, look, if this was the type of neighborhood where this goes down all the time, the kids would have been outside like nothing happened. They'd have been like, just another day living in the hood, just another day around the way. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was gonna be, bro. That's all it was gonna be, man. So they would have been outside, still riding a bike. They would have did it like Boys in the Hood. Remember when your boy was like, "You want to go see a dead body?"
Hey,
And kid still outside, bro.
stuff
Hey,
like
but that should be a good thing for where you at, instead of it being something that you try to defend and say, no, it's still horrible out here. No, you live in a semi aquatic relaxing neighborhood that has tendencies. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It has tendencies.
no, that's just the first teenage incident, my friend. Not an adult incident. See, it's adult incidents like that all the time around there. But that is the first teenage under the age of 18 incident. So, with them parents around there actually attempting for one day to rein in their children. You know what I'm saying? Because most of them, from how I was taken, made their kids either come to work with them today or made their kids go to a other family member house or something. You dig what I'm saying? That no, because it'd be many incidents around there and don't nothing change. It's just this was the first time it had something to do with a bunch of churn. You know what I mean? And you can't control grown adults. Grown adults is gonna do what grown ups gonna do regardless. You can somewhat control your children if you want to control your children.
Hey, but if you want to be one of those people that is considered a leader in your community, I don't see where you would want to run and hide or take your kids out and put them in some other place. Wouldn't you want to like gather the community together to try to get the community to slow down in some way, shape, or form, to where the kids can be outside without this happening again? Because if you just leave the situation, that doesn't solve the situation, because then it just brings in another group of people.
That's
But
just
if
the
those people coming in and they haven't changed the way of living, those people are going to be victims of that same way of living eventually also, right?
that's America.
I mean, it's not like it's just this different neighborhood. It's just a different person.
Hey, that's America. It ain't a
So
different.
instead of your kid, it's somebody else's kid now. We still have not addressed what is going on in this neighborhood to prevent that from happening.
But
And
that's
those who are in a position to leave, they just say, "Hey, tough it out. I'm out of here. It's on you now." You know what I'm saying? So
aha, aha. That's the American way, though, man. You just address an issue for a few moments and then you just leave it alone. It could be a hot button situation, but it's just good for talking till some other hot button situation comes on, and they forgot about what was yesterday's, because yesterday's prices is not today's prices, and your
straight
problem.
distraction, deflect. You know what I'm saying? They're paying attention too much. Let's hit them with a deflect.
Well, so
Quick little, quick little stiff arm of stupidity.
and at the beginning of this whole subject that we have talked about, and I said, is this a boost take or is this situation for the birds?
Hey man, let me I'm gonna turn my mic off real quick. I'm still here and my camera. I'm still here. I gotta go look on something real quick. All right, I'll be right back. Okay.
Come back with hash browns after this a little bit. But people, well, basically what I'm saying is this. As human beings, adults, parents, we gotta do a hell of a lot better. Because we're slacking in so many things. We're not helping each other out too much. We ain't helping our children out because they are fucking suffering from a hell of a lot of shit. And we failing our children, people. Maybe because we might have been failed by our parents, because most of us that are in our 40s right now, we lived the beginning and the ending of a lot of shit. We grew up with the first wave of crackheads, cousins, mamas, aunties, nephews. uncles, grandparents, went from having things to having nothing. We grew up in the AIDS epidemic. We grew up with we are the first people to grow up. I forgot about the guy's name. I'm gonna have Francisco on here to talk about that. We was around when they first started doing the milk carton stuff. When kids wasn't on the milk carton until 1984, the year of Transformers. You know what I'm saying? We grew up around times where you had a key around your neck and they called us the latchkey children because our parents had to work because that's when the world started getting a lot of more expensive and that's when they were like stopping the payment to the women that was having multiple children with no man in the house and he was getting paid per child. And so things like that. Um, and it said the drug epidemic had got to hard to schools. They were starting to take things out of the schools, daycares, and all these things was happening. In our era, video games was just being introduced in that era. So we it's the last generation of a lot of firsts. We seen it and we seen a lot of stuff dissipate and disappear and become outdated. There was a nice invention that was hella tight in the 80s called the Walkman. You put a cassette, they don't even have that no more. You put in this thing, you close it, you hit the play button, and you play your tunes. You know what I'm saying? Then it advanced to the CD man, this disc man. You know what I'm saying? The CD one that was cool, but that was more a problem because you had to hold it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't put it in your pocket and have it there unless you had it hooked up a certain way because you had to have that disc and that disc needs to stay flat so it can roll. You feel me? Or you'll be getting hella skips while you're trying to groove to your tunes. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being a heavy metal person, just rocking heavy fucking metal. You got a CD that's spinning.
Think about it in this way. Like, this is how we fell for the CD, but the CD was a good invention. This is how I look at it. It was basically somebody decided to take a record player and make it mobile because the CDs were basically like little records.
It was small
And
lady.
you walked around with a little record everywhere you went. You scratched the record just like a record. You scratch the CD just like you scratch a record. What happens? The CD skips.
And for
If you
for
make
people,
too much movement on a record player, what happens to the record?
but for
The
people
record tends to skip. If you do it to a CD, what happens to the CD? The CD skips.
for people who don't know what a record is vinyl. They call it vinyl now. A 33 and a third, a 50, a 45. You know what I'm saying? Those things they was
They
black.
had the 72s. Don't forget about the 72s.
72.
Those was the disco era, where the songs were like 15 minutes long, bro, on one side. Let's not forget about those. We dating ourselves now on that one, but okay.
But those type of inventions, because basically for those of who don't know, you had to see a CD is similar to a DVD. You know what I'm saying? Same concept. It's that, you know. But because before DVDs, there was VHS or Beta. You know what I'm saying? Big ass disc, big ass computer block cartridge that you put inside your machine. You push down, you hit play. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that no more.
Some of the boxes that you put those tapes into were wood grain.
Yeah.
People were still making electronics with wood, man.
Not one cold part.
Like the Atari, like this stuff, man. These things was made with wood, bro. Like,
Wood grain
ah.
lines,
Hey, I'm gonna say this though, real quick. I'm gonna say this real quick. Because of the CD, you got the DVD. So Yeah, advancements have been made because of things like that. And hey,
But
look where we at now. You don't even need it no more. You streaming everything.
that would make all those old things worth money now for people who have old entertainment. If it's in the original package, that is the thing.
Definition of a hoarder.
No. Like, old. But if it's not in its original package, it ain't worth shit. But if it's in this original package, it might be worth 100 times what it was when you first bought it. It might have appreciated because they're not there no more. So like you find an old Nintendo cartridge. Just because you got the cartridge is only worth $10. But if you had the box and the cartridge, now it's worth $50,000.
But here's the thing about a lot of those systems, they don't work.
Some do, but some don't. But it don't
Yeah,
matter.
they don't work. So when you are making those types of I would say gamble, it really is because a lot of those games, if you don't keep them in that pristine way where it's in the packet, you never took it out. I mean, you even have the original bag it came into and the receipt to mark the date. Okay, we're in the same ballpark. But what are you gonna play it on? The system would have to be redesigned.
Well, not
And
necessarily.
there are people out there that probably, hey, they probably got old computer chip parts and they put the things back together and they refurbished the crap out of one of those Nintendos.
A person
And
that spent $1.5 million on a Game Boy game, you must still
I'm
have a
pretty sure his Game Boy works. I'm pretty sure
so,
that Game Boy
so
works.
$50,000 for the original of the game. I think if you want to play that game, I mean, you're gonna have a system that works for it. Unless, because why else? Unless you just buying it to have it to resell it again in an auction 5, 10 years later to some other nerd that wants to spend $2 million on your 1.5 million Pokemon game.
Hey man, everybody has got their rhyme to reason.
So
Who
yeah,
am I to question them how much they want to pay for something that they find valuable? If they find it valuable and I have it available in the condition that they willing to pay this exorbitant amount of money for, why would I argue?
power to
Knock
them.
yourself out.
One man.
Speaking of knocking yourself out, what happened in the fight, man?
Oh man.
Speaking of knocking, knock yourself.
Ever since Whoo wee. Hey, I never seen somebody get their ass beat that bad in the ring, right? To where the next day and the day after that the man who got his ass whooped not making excuses about getting his ass whooped, but everybody else has the excuses for him on why.
It's like, dude, don't worry about it, man. We seen what happened. We got plenty of protection. We're gonna defend your name.
His got, got beat down looking like Martin when Martin went against Tommy Hearns. And they were just making that up. They were just making that up. But he literally and figuratively looked like that in real life. And now you got all these talking heads. I love the talking heads because it's just so funny and hilarious. This is where I'll be like, my friend Hash Browns, we can't believe half this shit that's on TV because it's just all scripted, my friend. These fools on TV is giving this man who's been in two professional heavyweight championship fights since he had that crucial car accident in 2019. Okay, 2019. We are where? What year are we at?
2023.
So that's 19, 20,
So about
22,
4 years ago.
23. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So he's been in 2 professional heavyweight championship fights after that, right? He didn't lose. He didn't lose. He's in his 3rd fight after this car crash. Fight number 3. Because he got his ass beat so badly that the talking heads on TV is all blaming this car crash from 4 years ago. From 4 years ago.
Oh my God.
Checked it out to see, and he had his jaw reconstructed because he lost teeth. He has no teeth in the back of his mouth, they say, because everything was reconstructed and all this. But when he fought Sean Porter, and he fought Ugas, he won them fights. There was nothing about that. He was being championed because he survived the fight, the crash.
He had a backstory. He was like a comeback kid.
But because he lost for the first time to a guy, not to a guy who
This
was
just sounds like no regular guy, but okay.
to a guy.
This is not a regular guy.
To a guy that's 39-0 and also a heavyweight champion.
Yeah, they said he can actually keep up with Mayweather if he keeps on this streak. He can retire without a loss.
Yeah. So because this guy beat his butt that badly, it's all because of accident. It's not about the other guy who just was out there catching them. Pink, 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 boom, bing, bing. Uh-oh.
Wait, hold on. Did he have any type? Okay, was there any moment in the boxing match where you thought he might have a chance to win this?
No.
So it was just
He got his ass whooped.
from start to finish.
He got his ass whooped. He got dropped 3 or 4 times. Twice in one round, and then the next round they just stopped the fight. And one of the drops was a Mike Tyson punch out drop.
Just one of those. Tyson had to come in with woo and then woo and woo. So he just hit him with one of those.
Terrence Crawford hit that man with a right across his jaw, and that boy Errol Spence flew a quarter across the ring.
Too bad. Hey, too bad you can't just show a little quick clip of the Ragnarok Thor movie. You probably get dinged for this when he actually hit the Incredible Hulk, and the Incredible Hulk just went when he hit him with the hammer, and he just said around the whole entire ring too before he actually fell down. Is that what happened? He just and then fell down.
I'm sitting there watching it with Travis' son,
like, dude.
and his
I didn't see it, so this is all news to me, man.
That boy Errol Spence is your shade. His natural pigmentation is yours, right?
What does that mean? I'm suspect?
No, he's your pigmentation. At the end of the fight,
the dude that won?
No, the dude that lost was.
That's not even cool, bro.
Listen,
that's not even cool, man. That's not even cool, man.
Man, he's your pigmentation. At the end of the fight, His face was as red as this stuff on the bottom of the screen.
Okay, I still pause for something that was very disrespectful, but okay.
Bro, his face was
The hell does my skin color got to do with this dude getting knocked out?
that. All I'm saying is that is the color he was beat. His his whole face was no longer brown. He was no longer a brown skinned human. He was red. His whole face.
Wow. So it was like all the blood in his whole body was rushing to all of the lumps that was on his face. All this blood pressure going on in his face made his face just go complete red, dude. He got beat that bad.
And they are making all the excuses for this man. And then to the point to where even the one Stephen A. Smith,
It's not the magical forehead.
oh, Stephen A. Smith, my brother, my brother Errol Spence, I love you, man. I love you. But look here, my brother, I don't need you to come back and try to fight this man for at least a year. You need to go.
Oh, this dude. Wait, hold on. You mean to tell me a guy that talks about basketball is trying to tell you how long it takes for a boxer to heal from getting his ass whooped? He's giving you suggestions, dude. Take it from the magical forehead, Stephen A.
You, the way you got whooped, the way
no
destroyed you, you need a year at least to recover. Because if you come back anytime soon, do not try to fight this man in December of this year. If you try to come back, your career will be over, brother. And you world class. You a world class athlete, top of the day. But Terrence Crawford, he's on a whole nother level than you. You need to.
Here, let me talk highly about you before I tell you how garbage you is. You know what I'm saying?
That is in control of you. I pray that they give you the right advice and you do not take your rematch for at least a year.
I still don't understand why you would listen to a basketball commentator when it comes to boxing on how long it should take for you to come back into the ring. I'm confused on that.
Yeah, because you didn't see that ass whooping. That's why.
And wait, oh, they had everything to do with. Okay, so now hey man, a dude doing construction work can tell you how long it takes for you to get back into the ring. You know what I mean? You have a guy that's out there walking the dog like, bro, judging by your face, man, you should be off for a year. I'm just out here walking the dogs.
Or a human being to be turned into Martin when they was made that up, and that wasn't even really a face. That was makeup.
Cosmetics, yeah.
Makeup, and you look exactivity like that? Nah, bro.
Or were you entertained?
Nah, bro.
Were you entertained? Did you have to turn away? You like, man, I can't look at this no more, bro. This is a train wreck, dude. This is not happening.
I'm sitting there talking about my guy. My guy is over here just catching his food. Pink, 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 pink. Bop, bop. He was like, that boy neck was snapping. He was hitting that boy so hard that neck was. I'm telling you what, he was Mike Tyson.
Like, yeah, like this sickness. Well, I had to bow in order to loosen it. I'm listening to what you're saying, but hey, man, look. Were you entertained? You said no. Okay.
Entertaining. It was quite entertaining. It was an ass beating, bro. It was. I seen 7 consecutive rounds of a man getting beat. 7 strong rounds of him getting beat. 7 strong ones getting
Can you
beat.
give it to him at least for being able to take that much punishment for that amount of time?
I left before before they start doing the post match interviews because I had some things to do and I had a nice ride where I was at. So but hey, I haven't seen Mike Tyson would knock you out in seconds. I'd rather get knocked out in some seconds than to get beat up for 30 to 45 minutes straight until where the referee just said, you know what, he had enough. Hey, hey, you just hit him with a 6-piece combination. You just
No, I totally understand. I get it. I get it. No,
and
I get it. No, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Some things it's like, yeah, victory is a victory, but you want to see some sort of competition within that victory. But when it's so lopsided, you kind of like,
oh,
I
hey,
don't really appreciate it as much as I should be appreciating it.
hey, talking. That's
This is just not even fair. Like, what am I watching here? I almost feel bad for the guy.
hey. Somebody,
Hey, but what's up with Ice Cube, man?
when somebody's
Speaking of feeling bad for the guy, do you feel bad for Ice Cube, man?
when somebody's punching through your guard, we're gonna get to Ice Cube in one brief second. But when you got your guard up and somebody reach right through your guard and catch you right in the face, you ain't it's a bad night. Bad night in the office. Bad night. Bad night. Errol Spence got the in the for the week. Terrence Crawford, you did good. You might use some money.
Even they said he needs a year, so we'll see.
You got 4 titles now. You got more titles than Roman Reigns. But we're gonna go to one of my favorite artists, lyrical writers, movie writers, whatever kind of title you could have him. Don Mega, he's called. You know what I'm saying? The man who wrote it, Gangsta, and who wrote Higher Learning. The man who wrote, no, he didn't write it. Yeah, he did write Boys in the Hood. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right, boys. In the you mean the song?
Yeah.
I get confused with the movie.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't write the movie, but he wrote the song Boys in the Hood because
Right,
they art. Come talking the trash, they'll pull your card. Knowing
right.
nothing but to be legit. But don't quote me, boy,
Legit.
because I ain't shit. So, Ice Cube is being attacked by the likes of D.L. Hughley, Vivica A. Fox, others for coming with a plan to help Black America. And it didn't matter what side of the president at that time that was elected, if there was a Democrat or a Republican, was. He just wanted to talk with somebody that was in control so he can do a plan like how the Native Americans have out here. And for some reason, I should be at the other I should have had this queued up. This is L. Hughley went on rant. D.L. Hughley was so bad on a rant. He's talking about Ice Cube sold out, and he's the only reason Donald Trump talked to him was because he's an entertainer. Ain't you an entertainer, D.L. Hughley? And that Ice Cube is not the person that should be representing the African Americans because he's a rapper, because he had some banging music. DL, all you ever did was be in a TV show and do some stand up comedy and talk about your family being dope fiends and stuff. Um, And
He
then
also did Comic View.
you did you're
And he had his own show, the Hughley Show.
hey, you're an entertainer. Now you somehow Mr. Political black righteous person, but you talking the same stuff that what you do in your comedy, you talking about stuff, but you ain't trying to get nothing done. This man has an actual plan. And just because he talked to Donald Trump instead of Joe Biden, who didn't have the time, the Democrats didn't have the time at that time to talk to this. And you're going to say, well, it's because he should have been a leader of finances. He should have been in there with the science leader and all this. But hey, check this out as a start. He's in the door, in the room to come with something. Do you even know what this man plan was? Why you just bashing this man plan? That's the problem we all have as African Americans. We quick to judgment something, quick to put our opinion on something when we don't even know the facts. You got the documents, DL. I like you guys being DL, but some of the shit you be coming out your mouth sound hella stupid, my friend. And if people get this clip and they go send it to you, my regular human self, because I seen you stand up comedy, you cool, but it's more comedians that's funnier than you, you know. But and then I'm gonna go to Miss Vivica A. Fox. Now they show a little. I didn't. I'm only speaking from a little clip that I seen. It's a little clip that I seen. Ice Cube is explaining. So I went to go talk to these people with a plan for the African Americans, and she says, "But you didn't go for the African American woman, the black woman." And he says, "Excuse me, but isn't African American we all of us, man and woman?" And she says, "No." So he says, "So excuse me, a black woman's not an African American." And all the women, the 4 or 5 other women, all said no. And he said, "Ladies, y'all are confused." And I agree with him right there, because that is confusion. Your birth certificate says African American. It doesn't say black woman, African black woman American. It's not its own fucking self title. And then speaking of titles, and that was another thing that Ice Cube said. He says, "I'm not talking to people about their title. I don't judge people on their title that you're giving, lawyer, whatever, director. I talk to you as a person, who you are as a person, not see what you is." But it's baffling. It's just baffling how no matter what we do, if it's good, bad, or indifferent, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna hate on what you're doing. And then it's always somebody who always has a lot of shit to say, but don't put no action behind what the fuck they said. Go ahead, man.
Well, I think the reason why they are saying this about Ice Cube is on another level that you forgot about is also the COVID. That's what you didn't mention either. Ice Cube had turned down $9 million on a movie deal because he refused to take the vaccine. So not only is it okay, you want to talk to Trump and everything, we got a problem with that. But now all of a sudden you anti-vax, but you supposed to be an entertainer. All the entertainers was pushing the vax. Anybody that didn't push the vax was automatically just blackballed because of that. And he stood up to that.
People
Not
said,
only is he standing up to that, let's also say that this guy is standing up to the NBA by having his own league. I think the only other person that ever tried to do that was Isaiah Thomas, if I'm not mistaken. I think Isaiah Thomas tried to start his own basketball league, and that went through. If you want to take time out to look that one up, And Ice Cube tried his best to work with the NBA because a lot of the players are from the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It would have been like a perfect marriage. I mean, look, if the NBA could sponsor slam ball, why can't you sponsor 3-on-3 basketball? Half court. It's like playing hunch. You know what I mean? Type of deal. Why can't you support that? So there's multiple levels of things that he's on. And not only that, now he's just walking around with no filter. He's like, all right, y'all don't want to mess with me? Okay, I'm going to just start talking trash about y'all. And he's not talking trash where it's like, oh, screw you and this, that, and the other. He's just pointing out people's faults. How at one point in time you was loving me, now all of a sudden you hate me. And that's why he's coming out with this whole tour he's doing on all of these shows, podcasts and stuff, and he's telling this story. I watched the one that he did with Tucker Carlson. They had a 2-part to the Tucker Carlson episode. The first one was him riding through South Central with Tucker Carlson. You should have seen it. That's something to see. But he was pointing out a lot of his upbringing and where he's at mentally so far from where he's come from to where he is right now. And he actually had to show him. And then the second part was a sit-down interview, which was really good. So, yeah, Ice Cube now, I would be the same way too. Look, I'm part of a movement that you black guys are talking about right now. Well, defund the police and all this other stuff. Man, we was talking about F the police, bro, like long time ago, bro. We've nowhere near shied away from being black. We've rolled black out till the wheels fell off. There's nobody underestimated. Since all of a sudden are we questioning Ice Cube on where his mind is at when it comes to black people? I mean, and then I'm going to take notes from somebody like D.L. Hughley and Vivica Fox. Man, Ice Cube's record is outstanding compared to man, Ice Cube has got multiple careers within a career. D.L. Hughley, you got comedian, you got dude on TV, and then now you podcast dude. Dude, Ice Cube's resume continues. You understand what I'm saying?
And
And Vivica Fox, all you known for is doing your thing with 50 Cent. Ain't nobody know you from nothing. With that stuff, woman, you touching 70. Ain't nobody listening to you.
Vivica, you ain't been since the 90s, baby. You
I bet you the number one thing you Google is depends on Amazon.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just think these people are tripping. That's why I say what I told you off camera, off the show when we speak on our own things that all this shit. Spot. I don't praise no celebrities. I laugh at all of them because me myself personally, I know a lot of their flaws, and most of them is some big users of that nose nasal stuff. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of pharmaceutical grade issues, and then most celebrities that's like comedians and actors that's on podcasts. The reason why they doing them podcasts because they ain't getting that movie money no more. Ain't nobody looking for them to. And then the comedians that's doing them, most of y'all not selling out stadiums. Your time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not selling out. You might be selling out a 150 seat venue because of your name. And you trying to make money off your podcast, off the stuff that you saying because of your name that you had from being somebody big in 1995. You know what I'm saying? From being on TV shows like Bernie Mac or your own show back in 98, 99, early 2000. You know what I mean? Y'all living off that. and you so judgmental and everything because you got a lot of bills to pay. So who is actually your parent? Who is your daddy that you have to concern to? Because a lot of y'all ain't independent. You working up under some podcast contract with somebody. So you have a boss. You're not just independently thinking. And that's where a lot of y'all people out here in this world need to understand. When you listen to the Booster Take Show or come take a gander into this, take a dive, this is an independent thought. These thoughts ain't governed by CBS, one podcast, one iHeart Radio. These ain't governed by them. This is all sponsored by Mr. Unknown, DTR, and a few other loved ones. You feel me? So there ain't no bosses in this. The boss is the guy who created the damn show, the founder. You know, that's who the Booster Take Show has to answer to. Meanwhile, Vivica Fox, D.L. Hughley, Thomas, and all these other people, they gotta answer to them people, so they have to go with the grain. They gotta go and make that and attack their own people. If you remember anything about slavery, it wasn't the white people getting them Europeans getting them Africans. It was other Africans, other European Africans, other Africans that came back and wooed their own people. Even in the Spanish expedition when the Spaniards was funking with each other, it was because of other Spaniards that was doing shit. You gotta understand it's always gonna be your people. No matter what nationality you is, it's gonna be the people that you look like, your same skin complexion. It's gonna be the ones that's gonna plead you the most hate and bring you down. And it's sad. But it happens more with us black people, maybe because we pay attention more, or is it publicized more by the media? And right now, our partner Peace, Love, and Hair Grease, they not here right now. And you know what? I got it. Okay, so yeah, we got 10 minutes of hash browns. We got 10 minutes with hash browns. Go ahead, hash browns. This is your last 10. And after these 10, there's nothing else for you to say because it's going to be McFly's mom closing the show out.
I just want to basically say we need to, as a culture of people, need to really recognize the direction that we going into. It's got us to where people is now don't even care about us anymore. And that's real talk. I mean, if you think that these immigrants and stuff coming up into this country and everything ain't here designed to replace you, and everything that you think you got going on that make you important, yeah, you're gonna find out the hard way. And all these people that you keep voting for time and time again, they keep promising you all these goodie bags and stuff that they telling you that they got for you as long as you keep voting for them every 4, 8, or 2 years, that they somehow is going to change your community and your community still looks the same way it looked back when Martin Luther King was alive, you got a problem. And here's the other thing too. You got what, about maybe a good strong 20 more years before Lyndon Baines Johnson's prophecy of y'all black people voting for Democrats for the next 100 years is about to fade out, because you got the generation of the Martin Luther Kings and all the civil rights people, they starting to fade away. Just like Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson stepping down. Al Sharpton and all them's gonna start stepping down. Benjamin Crumps and all them gonna start stepping down. Yeah, I want to see if people like Jay-Z gonna take their place. A person like DL Hughley gonna take their place. Who gonna take their place? And here's the other thing too. Since when did black people needed somebody to tell them what to do when you can't even listen to your own mama? But you gonna listen to this dude that's sitting here cracking jokes. If somebody in your own family is trying to tell you what to do, how to do it, how to behave, how to function, how to be correct in society, you tell them go screw themselves, but you sitting over here listening to all the littles, all the sexy sexies, You paying attention to every doggone thing that they say. If a man slam dunks right now and walk off and tell you to drink Gatorade, you'll have a whole 6-pack in your refrigerator. Tell you that right now. So we need to start focusing on all this nonsense that we got going on, because we first and last and last and first. And we keep staying that way.
Say that again.
We first and last and last and first.
First and last. Last and first. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cut this off pretty short, you know what I'm saying? Because I know people will start saying like, hey man, look, it ain't like as if we the only people that got problems, but we the only people that got a lot of problems. We got a lot of problems. We might not be the only people with problems, but we the only people with a lot of problems. We got problems with everything. We got problems with money, got a problem with housing, got a problem with education, got a problem with food, got a problem with the community, got a problem with the police. We got a problem with illegal immigrants. We got a problem with the government. We got a problem with everything. We got a problem with ourselves. We got a problem getting married. We got a problem raising kids. We got a problem having jobs. We got a problem with a lot of stuff. You understand that? Meanwhile, you got these people that are coming in right now ready to take your place in a heartbeat. And that's all I gotta say.
Well, that was supposed to be in 10 minutes with Hash Browns. He cut it down to just a simple 5, somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? But you don't get, once you cut it off, there's no picking up the 5 minutes.
Nah, I don't need to go on home continue 10, because if I do, people will stop paying attention because they short span is on 0.
They short span. They short
Yeah, I
span.
don't even have time to say attention.
They short span. SS, huh? You should
Just short span 0.
they
Don't even say short span attention. They ain't even got time to listen to that part.
they sap. They short attention span. The sap. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Well, that was Chef Hash Browns with his oh shit. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, that was Chef Hash Browns with his 10 minutes. I'm Beefy McFly, and I'm just gonna say this. Let me get my hands covering my mouth before I end this, because this has been a very good, interesting episode. We've talked about Ice Cube, the 15-year-old young man who lost his life, Errol Spence being beat into a Martin meme. We had a special guest appearance by Dub, who was dwelling in the dark, you know what I'm saying? But he came on for a few to say hey, and that he was enjoying his life choices that he has made. And the young 15-year-old did not get to enjoy his life choices after the of young life of making mistakes. And that's where I'm going to end the show on this. This is where a lot of people, me myself, I'm going to say this. I'm 46 years old. I mean, 46 years about almost 2 months ago. I have a child, a son. He's about to be 22 in about 8 days. It's crazy. Um, I fought with my son's mother on different philosophies of raising him. Now, me and the boy's mother, we wasn't together. We had a irreconcilable differences, and we had two different views on a lot of stuff. So we went our separate ways. Co-parented, you know what I'm saying? Do the best that he can. Now, my son, he's a working man. I tried to keep him away from this unnecessary street stuff because, as I tell him, yeah, it's fun running around with your friends, y'all stealing cars, riding out, chasing women, jumping in and out, doing all these things. It sounds cool. It sounds fun. Selling drugs, doing all the shit that what they say in these rap lyrics that a young black person is supposed to do. But what they not telling people, young black, Hispanic, whoever, all of us that's listening to hip hop, especially when you're young, what they not telling you is the dark, cold hearted truth of it. That all that crime and that partying and all that, you got two things and possibly maybe 10 years of life that you can do all that shit on. Because if you out here riding around with guns and shooting at people, the chance of the gun backfiring or somebody else having a better aim than you and shooting you and killing you, it's a high chance. The chance of you getting caught by the police, they pull you over on a random search because you ran a stop sign. Not because you was black, not because you did, because you did something wrong. And you got all kind of dope scales, pistols because you funky. You in the middle of this shit. It ain't worth it, bro. Because you youngsters, y'all go to jail at 15, 16, 20 years old and go to the penitentiary or whatever. Somebody got to take care of you. This square person who's probably your mother, your grandmother, a family member, or somebody got to take their money. They going to work. Spending on your grown ass. Go buy some for you to get so you can buy food and you can do this and you can live up in that jail and still eat and shit. Or the worst case scenario, which sometimes could be a blessing in disguise, you get killed like the young 15-year-old. And then instead of all that money that they would be sending for a few years to the penitentiary, they spent it all on the funeral. I know that sounds cold, harsh, and cold blooded, but that's how these streets is. Cold, harsh, and cold blooded, and the streets don't give a fuck about you. That block you represent and you trying to bang for and claim, that block been there. You know how many people have been died for that block and their family and everything is all tore up and they never did get to see the greatness that they can be because they had a point to prove to some other broke motherfucker who don't got nothing but just driving around in a box Chevy or a Mercedes Benz because that's what people glorify. Come on, get it together, people. Got to do better than that. And for you other celebrities that's out there attacking Ice Cube because he coming with a plan, I don't give a fuck if he would talk to Donald Trump or Joe Biden. You got to start somewhere. You got to get the people that actually want to give you an ear. At least you getting an ear to being brought to the table to talk to you, whether you're a celebrity or a scientist. You got a plan. You came up with something. You putting your left foot in front of your right foot instead of just putting your lips over your gums and letting shit spew over your teeth that come out your tongue, over the teeth, over the tongue. Here it come. Get it together, people. Let's unite instead of being dividing all the time. Let's you know what I mean? And let's teach our children better. Let's be better ourselves so our children can see what better is. Because you gotta be better for somebody to see what's better. And that's all I'm saying. Stem Beefy McFly, this is the Booster Take Show, and that was your boost and your take. And all at the end of all these episodes, we'll say peace, love, and hair grease. For Chef Hash Browns, I am Beefy McFly, and this has been, and forever will be the Booster Take Show. Peace, love, and hair grease.